Well, at this children's hospital, there's no need to worry if you see two pups roaming the halls. They are on the clock. Stay tuned for this week's G Thing. Up next. Well, two of Northwell's Cohen Children's Medical Center's youngest employees are less than 5 years old, unless you're going by dog years. The hospital's facility dogs provide clinical care and keep patients and their families smiling during tough times. It's a G Thing.
G-Thing, brought to you by Northwell, who believes that when we raise health, we raise everyone. Be a health raiser at raisehealth.com.
Visiting a hospital can be a very daunting experience for kids. At Cohen's Children's Medical Center, two four-legged employees lend a helping paw to spread joy. Yeah, that's right.
This is Dutton. He is one of our facility dogs that works on a med-surg unit with me upstairs.
This is Quinny. He's also one of our facility dogs here.
These furry friends work full-time to bring smiles to pediatric patients.
He's a full-time, 40 hours a week dog, but he comes in with me, so Monday through Friday typically, 8 to 4, and he comes in the morning and then he'll come home with me and get, a little time to be a regular pet at home.
Unlike therapy dogs, Dutton and Quinny also provide clinical care.
He's a clinical presence on our floor, so he comes into procedures with me. He helps patients get out of bed and walk around and ambulate. I come in and I say, do you want to help me walk Dutton? And they walk around the floor with me and Dutton to get them up and moving.
After a quick walk, 7-year-old Brady lets Dutton relax in his hospital bed.
How does the dog make you feel?
Happy.
Dutton and Quinny came from Canine Assistance in Georgia after training through their Children's Hospital initiative.
So they're born and raised to do this work, and once they're ready to go into the hospital setting is when we get the call. We get to go down and bring them. We got to go down and be trained by them a little bit to how to work with the dogs.
These dogs have played a role in comforting patients, families in very difficult times.
We love animals. He loves animals. It's made his stay here a lot easier, and he smiles when Dutton comes in to see him.
And give a much-needed mood boost to healthcare professionals.
Obviously, we got them with patients and families in mind, but I think, once they've been here, we've seen such an impact on the staff. I get stopped by all employees because they want to see him and they want to be around him, and the amount of staff that have said to me, this is what I needed today. I've had a hard shift, and this is exactly what I needed.
Something about a dog that just makes you smile, right?
Yeah, especially this dog. I mean, they have two dogs. One of them is a little older, went up, and the kid's in the hospital. The kid really loved the adventure with the dog. The parents were involved with it, and it brings great joy, just the touch and the feel and being with them.
Yeah, it helps with the recovery. Thank you, Jake. Great piece.
Thanks.
All right, well,
right now in News 12 New Jersey, heavy rain wreaking havoc across the Garden State tonight. The damage left behind from today's intense weather.
It was a wild day of rain and flooding. Could we be looking at a similar situation in tomorrow's forecast? I'll have your complete New Jersey details coming right up.
You're watching News 12 New Jersey. I'm Megan Dice. Our top story tonight, we had another round of severe weather move through our state. Union County's largest city was among the hardest hit by tonight's storms. Homeowners have gotten used to it this summer, they say. News 12 New Jersey's Tom Krasnowski explains why from Fay Avenue in Elizabeth.
My insurance, Geico, said this is not a flood zone.
Pamela Mazzolay says she spent $15,000 on basement repairs. She doesn't know how much more today's damage will cost her on top of that.
Now my gate is destroyed. Water's in my basement. There's water all over my property. What am I supposed to keep doing? I bought this house. This is part of my retirement plan.
A single cone alerted drivers before the floodwaters. Some choosing to power through on 2 wheels or 4. Others wisely doubling back. The neighborhood says although this may have been the highest the waters have risen this summer, it's not a new problem.
When you get 3 inches of rain an hour, it's got no place to go.
This is not something that's isolated. It's happening throughout Elizabeth. But the town leaders are doing nothing about it.
We're 5 hours after the worst of the rain fell on Fay Avenue. The floodwaters have receded. Now the towing crews are picking up the stranded vehicles left behind, at least 5 of them here on Fay Avenue. And the homeowners say those that foolishly tried to power through the waters end up making the damage worse for their homes on the corner.
SUVs feel that they have wings, they can go through this water, so as they push through, they create a current. That current rises, it pushes against the house, pushes against all the property on the sides, and it creates further damage.
I tell them, turn around. The cops have everything closed off right around the corner. Nobody listens.
A busy night for tow crews. First responders and neighbors left picking up the pieces from another summer storm. In Elizabeth, Tom Krasnowski, News 12, New Jersey.
Heavy rain made for a messy commute across parts of Monmouth and Middlesex counties today as well. Flash flooding left roads covered in water with lane closures, major backups, and some drivers stalling after trying to make it through that high water. Route 35 through Keyport and Hazlitt was especially bad. At one point, it took people about an hour to travel less than a mile.
This is awful. You want to move to the Jersey Shore, yet they want to build a strip mall, apartment complexes, pave everything over, they don't clean the storm drains, and it floods.
There you have it. By late afternoon, the water had mostly receded, but not before the flooding turned a short trip into an hours-long headache for some drivers. Well, the severe weather had an impact on Newark Liberty Airport as well. 484 flights delayed today, 268 others canceled. I gotta tell you, we were watching at 5 o'clock. A lot of those drivers going through that water.
Nasty. And that's just silly. And we say this all the time.
Yes.
I mean, if you see, streets that are covered with water, just find a different way to get around.
That's right.
You see so many people stalling.
Yes.
And the problems that you're going to be dealing with. I mean, just the insurance claims alone.
Yeah.
Just not
Nobody
gonna be
needs
fun.
an insurance claim.
No one needs an insurance claim. All right, so we're going to be looking at the forecast. That's actually going to be looking at temperatures, for the most part, going to be in, I'd say, the lower 70s. Again, what we're going to be dealing with, temperatures are going to be in the mid-60s. We are going to be looking at winds gusting anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour. Overall, what we saw earlier today ranged anywhere from about 1.5 inches to 4.5 inches worth of rain. That is a significant amount of water, and one of the reasons why we were looking at the flooding issues. Now, we still have some rain that's back out towards the west. Those rain showers are going to drift in New Jersey's direction. I don't think we're going to be looking at anything that is going to exacerbate flooding, but we have to keep an eye on that going into early tomorrow morning. Otherwise, I think we're going to be looking for clouds to partly sunny skies. Temperatures are going to be in the lower 70s. It's a mixture of sun and clouds as we go through tomorrow afternoon, as daytime high temperatures eventually peak in and around the mid-80s. I'll have more details on that forecast coming right up.
A new art installation at the Jersey Shore is turning trash into a message about ocean conservation. The Love the Crest sculpture in Wildwood Crest is a giant heart made entirely from plastic debris collected along the local coastline. The piece was created by a Trenton-based design studio and has quickly become a popular photo spot for visitors. All right, are you craving a burger but need a break from working the grill? DoorDash has named the top burger spots for Labor Day, including 2 New Jersey favorites. So Burger 25 in Toms River and Slap Burger in Patterson, both making that list. DoorDash based their picks on customer ratings. Has been very busy tonight, but the worst of it is over.
Yeah, the rain showers that we were tracking, earlier, the more congested storms over the area that created all that flooding, that is now beginning to inch its way away from the area, which is some good news. We're going to keep an eye on a batch of storms that are back out towards the west. Again, something that we will have to keep a very close eye on. 71 degrees right now, dropping down to about 66. Tomorrow we're looking at partly sunny skies with some scattered storms. Daytime high temperatures are going to be in and around the mid-80s. We'll have a southerly wind at around 5 to 10 miles an hour, so it's still on the slightly humid side, and there is a chance that we could be looking at a few widely scattered showers or an isolated thunderstorm by day's end. Not everybody is going to be looking at it, and I do think that sun and clouds are more than likely going to be the better part of the day. There's still some storms back out towards the west, creating for some flooding, and there is a lot of lightning attached with these storms. They are going to be marching in our direction, but falling apart by the time it gets to the Delaware, so they're not going to be as potent. So there still could be some grumbles of thunder and some flashes of lightning through the overnight hours. That's all attached to this frontal boundary that is going to be moving that unstable air through the state as we go through the rest of tonight. It actually looks really nice for tomorrow afternoon. Daytime high temperatures are going to be in the middle 80s. And as I mentioned, there's an opportunity for a quick little spotty shower sometime later in the afternoon. The last of the weather is out of here by Friday evening. By Saturday morning, the weather is much improved, 50s and lower 60s to start out with. We're looking for mainly sunny skies during the day, and daytime high temperatures are very comfortable in the upper 70s and lower 80s. I still think it's going to be nice on Sunday, although some new guidance is coming in, hinting there could be a few sprinkles by the end of the day. We'll see how that all plays out. But some more unsettled weather to track Tuesday going into Wednesday. More details on that forecast coming right up.
Commuter alert, path riders are being told to use up the balances on those SmartLink and Metro cards. Port Authority says they'll no longer be accepting them starting September 1st. Riders will have to use a new tap card that's available for purchase from those blue kiosks found inside path stations. You can also order them online. Other contactless payments will also be accepted.
A traffic alert beginning Friday. The Pulaski Skyway will be closed for overnight repairs. Crews are working to reopen the Broadway ramp to 1 and 9 in Jersey City. That'll cause major detours for drivers. It's expected to be done by Saturday night at 11 o'clock. And the daily commute for one man in Hoboken is not just about getting to work.
It also connects him with thousands of others. News 12's Amanda Eustace has this week's toll of commuting.
I'm actually not running today, so that's nice.
For Anthony DeCandia, a good commute starts before he even reaches the bus stop.
Hopefully we get a seat. 3 buses have passed, which is not surprised.
Living in Hoboken, the bus is the closest option to his home. It's a trip he takes into Manhattan 3 to 4 times a week. But like many commuters, he says every trip is a gamble.
It's just unpredictable. You know, there are days I'll speed and there are days that I'll be just sitting and sitting.
Those everyday ups and downs have become inspiration. Outside of his full-time job, Anthony is behind the Instagram page Hoboken Gossip.
Welcome to my day in the life.
Posting everything from daily content, local happenings, and of course, transit.
So many people commute every day, myself included, and take the transit. And when it sucks, it's painful. So I just make fun of it because we're all in the same boat.
And on packed days like this,
This bus is completely full. We didn't even stop for the last 2 stops.
the commute ends up being a bit quicker.
It's been so long since I've been in this tunnel and haven't been moving. I'm usually just stop, go, stop.
20 minutes after picking up the bus, we arrive at Port Authority. The start of his workday is now about 10 blocks away. While today he says is a good day, he's usually planning for the unexpected.
On days where I have stuff scheduled really early, it's I have to actually take a more additional time out of my day because it's so unpredictable. And
So for Anthony, the commute doesn't end when he gets to work. It often sets the tone for his entire day.
Not going well. I'm obviously not going to be in the best mood after, waiting around and sitting in the tunnel for 45 minutes. So it really does dictate the day. That's just what it's like with the commuter life into the city.
In Midtown, Amanda Eustace, News 12, New Jersey.
Well, the lunar eclipse did happen last night, and check out this photo from Richard. Thank you so much for emailing this to me. Richie, I knew you were so excited to email me because I got the email exactly 12:33 in the morning. So this is awesome. So glad I was able to check it out, and you were able to check it out too. You can see how the moon turned rust red as it fell into the shadow of the earth, and only 96% of the moon was eclipsed, and that's why you could still see the sunlight on the bottom right there. A really cool shot there. Thank you so much for sending that to me. That made my morning for sure. Let's take a look at our forecast for the weekend. Saturday, 81. It's gorgeous, warm, and sunny. Sunday, we got 86 degrees, more humidity and hotter, but at least it's still sunny. It's still summer after all. Let's enjoy one of the last weekends of August, of summer before the school season really gets in the full swing of things. Humidity levels coming up to monkey conditions starting on Sunday, and it stays that way throughout next week. So next week's a monkey week. So if you want to do outdoor stuff without sweating like crazy, you got to go out there for tomorrow because tomorrow's going to be a bit more comfortable. Today got 83 degrees in northern New Jersey. Mixture of sun and clouds at the way top of the state. More clouds and showers in central and south Jersey, though, so just keep that in mind, but it is improved north. Tonight, rain ends. Partly cloudy conditions are expected, and tomorrow is going to be an awesome day.